This is Jimmy.
I'm Fish.
I'm Jason.
And this is Thinking Outside the Pod. Hello and welcome to episode 99 of Thinking Outside the Pod.
2 9s? Oh, man.
2 9s.
2 9s.
Three times 3 times 11?
No, wait.
Yes.
Yeah. Did it. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Already blew his mind.
That's one too many nines.
I don't know.
No.
Episode 99, we got Fish here.
Yes.
And Jason here.
Whoever the hell the other guy
Yes,
is.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm back from a hiatus.
Hiatus.
It's a 2-week-long drunken stupor.
He's like, it's a new year. I'm starting this one off drunk.
Yes, of course.
I made my way back. I was, a few states over.
There you go.
Living in a cave
Yep. Third world states.
with a box of scraps.
So episode 99. I guess the biggest thing that's happening right now is CES.
CES, yep.
That and also
Technology.
Technology.
A lot of technology
A lot
stuff
of
recently.
technology stuff. CES, I mean, it's the Consumer Electronics Show, but it's really like the future technology show because a lot of the stuff isn't really practical at this moment. I'd say most
It's still
of it.
in development.
Yeah,
It's kind of here's a work in progress. Here's some cool new toys that you'll see down the line a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And
They're
like
not practical or widely available.
Yeah,
at this moment
yeah.
in
or
time.
very
Some of
yeah.
it is. I mean, it depends on which companies are releasing. I mean, some companies do release new
Oh,
products.
yeah,
They say,
there's
by the way,
only,
this is coming out in 2 days, so
Mhm.
go buy it.
I was
Yeah.
just looking at a list. There's only a handful of things that are actually available right now.
Yeah,
Well, but I mean, sometimes they do releases like soon.
Yeah,
Like within the next couple of months.
it's
or
saying
even-
like this is where we're building towards. It shows it's a lot of those kind of product or concept demos,
Yeah.
like things that like we're in like step 1, but this is like step 5 of what we could do if laws and money and technology
sure.
goes the way we want it to go.
Those damn laws getting in the way of
Yeah.
technology.
this-
That's actually one of the biggest hindrances.
Mhm. Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, you think we're lying? No, that's
It's so I mean, so we see a lot of like drones, and Jason was saying about like a personal like taxi type drone where you can like call it to you and like put it in your destination and it'll take you there.
I don't think that was at CES though. That I think just a different article, wasn't it?
I
Yeah,
don't
that was CES.
Oh, was
yeah.
it CES too?
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff like
So we
that.
can't have it in the States, but it can be at CES.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like we can't fly it here.
So here's
Like
this
it'll-
cool thing that you're never gonna get.
Yeah, so if you, like things like that, like other countries will get it before us. Like they're saying that it's Chinese or
Yeah, a Chinese company made it. It's
just like
a gyrocopter. Like
Mhm.
you get in it, there's 8 rotors on it,
Mhm.
and then you just get in there, type your destination in on the computer, and it'll take you where you want to go.
which doesn't I wouldn't think that's impossible. Of course, I mean obviously it's possible, but like for it to be like utilized countrywide or citywide, like in a city, like in maybe like a bigger city, I could see that being a thing. Maybe not as close as like self-driving cars, but like personal flying vehicles that are maybe not where everybody has one, but like certain like a taxi service will have it.
Who
That'll
knows?
take you there,
Yeah,
and
who
like
knows?
rich
Yeah.
people will want to take it instead of having to be driven somewhere.
It's like I don't want to be on the same like road as these peasants. I
Yeah,
want to fly above them.
I'm Donald Trump.
So that's where
Fancy.
Patrick pulls out his gun and shoots it down.
It
Like,
shoots
no
it
one
down.
was inside of it. It's like, oh
No,
crap,
no.
that's not a
That's
Amazon drone.
Even worse. But yeah,
Can you imagine
like
like
those-
there's going to be eventually a president. It's like this is the first presidential drone.
yeah, like quadcopter 1 instead of like Air Force 1. Yeah, no, I mean that's
knows?
I would think it's like I said, it's possible, but also like self-driving cars, or like they had the one where it's like a self-parking car that like is controlled by like a gesture.
Yeah.
Like you just wave your hand and it'll park itself, which is cool. Like I always like James Bondy type stuff.
See, but knowing my luck, I'd sit there, I'd do the gesture, and then you watch as it just slowly rams into another car.
There's like nothing you could do. Like
You're like,
you do the
"Oh."
gesture for like stop, but it doesn't recognize it.
You just
or
sitting there
something.
just watching it, and you're like, oh.
Just or it's like backing up and like scratching the car next to it. Just
It's like, oh,
just
man.
slowly, loudly, just screeching past the car. Like oh,
Nailed it.
done.
And it finally parks it, and it's like the other car's like knocked out of the spot. You're like, oh man.
or it like slowly pushes another car like off like the parking structure, and they're like, oh crap, didn't see that car there. I guess.
All right, I'm just gonna get in my car and leave now.
You can charge that to Tesla. That wasn't me. That was obviously the car's fault.
I think you guys said it before the show started. It's like one of those things with automatic cars and those kinds of gesture-controlled cars. Everybody has to have it in order for it to really work.
Yeah,
I think that
self-driving
would-
cars for sure.
It's one of those because we were talking about this earlier. It would be like out of the safest of the three options would be all automatic, because then you could literally like the United States could sit there and do traffic routes and stuff like that. So then literally what can happen is as your car is about to get on the highway, it could ping
Like
all the other cars and then they'll slow down
or make a space for you,
or there'll be a space and then
like,
immediately the car
within like ridiculous like thresholds. Like it could be like an inch. Like your car could fit in like an inch wide space perfectly.
Well, like they'd have to get rid of highways and put more like rails. Like all cars could like run on a rail, like sort of like rail systems.
I mean,
I don't think
that's
necessarily
one
you
way
need
they
that.
could do it. But I mean, like even with like regular cars, but that are computer controlled, like every facet of acceleration and braking is all routed into the computer. That's connected to every other car computer, so it knows how fast it's going and exactly where it is, and it can all be controlled like within like inches. Like you can be going at 90 miles an hour, inch behind a car, and it'd be fine because computer knows and they can adjust for things that are happening.
You just have to pray that something doesn't fall on the road, because then you have big issues.
Yeah, which is bad. Yeah, which is
but
bad.
Still,
anyway.
but when all the cars brake at the same time, at the same pressure and stuff like that, in theory. Now the issue is though you'd have to kind of make all the cars very similar, because even if all the cars are braking at the same time, if they're different cars, the brake
different weights and
I mean,
all that would have to be
like that's what I was thinking about. Like how are they going to automate like 18-wheelers to adjust for like highway travel?
They would just
you can make a separate lane for
and just make like
trucks.
a third just like semis only on this stretch of highway or something.
Maybe.
Or I mean it'll just be part of its program. Like it'll just know that car takes a while to drive up or brake. It needs to brake farther, so it'll give it additional clearances or something like that.
See, when you think of it at that point, we may have like the bullet trains and stuff like that. If those ever get really into development, we could just do that. Say screw trucks, just stick everything on a bullet train, just have it go 400 miles an hour. You know?
Well, I mean, they're supposed to be sticking a bullet train right here in San Antonio between here and Austin, I believe.
I heard like there's going to be.
I thought they were
that.
planning it. I don't think they've done anything.
I think it's still.
No,
I think it's
it's
still
being
planned.
built.
I think it's still under like the development stage.
Because I would love that. I would absolutely use the hell out of that. That would be
Yeah, it's
great.
supposed to get you between here and there in like 15 minutes or something.
I
That's
would
pretty cool.
absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Because what I would love them to do is go between like here in Austin, Austin to like Houston, or maybe up to Dallas or something like that. Like connect all the main cities here in Texas. That would be awesome. I would totally get on a bullet train and just go.
Yeah, I guess I don't like going places, but if it was like 15 minutes away, it'll be like just driving down the street.
I would totally make use of that. I would actually
Like,
be
hey,
more
you want
likely
to go
to
meet for
go
lunch up in Austin? Like, all right.
Yeah, just go on
I
the
mean
bullet
it's
train.
it's just 15 minutes away. That's like a commute driving across town to get a certain restaurant you like. So
I mean, I would love that. That's something I've been wanting badly for Texas. That'd be awesome.
I mean, that's one thing I kind of hope for as far as we get in automatic cars. I hope like public transportation also benefits from all of this.
Sure. I mean, that would
as
be
far as
probably-
like trolleys and using vias, because there is really no. I mean, there's a big via system here in town, but there's no real trolleys or anything. Like no L
didn't
line.
they get rid of the ones in the downtown? I heard
There's still the red line down in downtown, but I would still like in Chicago they have the L train where you can just hop on a train, go out to the neighborhood that you live in, then hop on that, and that'll take you all the way back downtown. Like I would like something like that down here because I spend a lot of time downtown.
Yeah, I guess
more or less anymore.
I guess down people that like going places.
Well, because if you've ever been up in like Virginia and stuff like around the Washington D.C. area, I mean they have like a really cool metro system. So it was one of like we used to live about 2 hours south of D.C. And we'd drive for maybe half an hour to an hour. We get on the metro and then we just ride into D.C. on the metro.
Yeah, like a subway train type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. I mean, that was really convenient because I mean, it would literally take you right under in like all the like the Lincoln Memorial. It'd take you like right. You just walk out and boop. You look over and you're like, hey, there's Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, and everything. It's like, oh, there's the White House over there. All that cool stuff.
Yeah, I would say, well, yeah, anything that would save the government money, Like,
Well, that costs. That's something that the initial cost of building all that though, because
yes.
they had like huge underground tunnel systems and stuff for this thing. So
Yeah.
it's not a cheap.
It's like
initial investment.
I say that because like public transportation is notorious to be like a big money thing for the government. Like the VIA system and like stuff like that. San Antonio is losing money on that. It's not fiscally feasible, but it's like you pretty much need it to get people without cars to places, so they have to do it. But so if they could do something that maybe initially costs money but saves money in the long run,
well, that's where these automatic cars will come
Yeah.
in handy, because then it's like, well, yes, you have the initial upfront cost, but really after that point, all you have to do is maybe maintain them on occasion. And they just go.
And there'll be less like crashes and stuff. Well, I mean, like I said,
theory.
barring the occasional glitch, but even the occasional glitch is less than like human error, like bus drivers falling asleep.
Yeah.
And
well, this is kind of
taking
our
out 15
conversation earlier,
cars.
where the issue with automatic cars isn't necessarily. I don't think it's going to be the automatic cars. I think it's going to be humans trying to figure out how to drive around an automatic car.
Yeah, the two way, like you were saying, first in
Like the safest way would be
Is
all
all-
automatic.
all-
In my mind,
self-driving cars. Everyone has a self-driving car.
second would still be what we have now is all humans, and then probably the least safest would be a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
And it's not because like I was just saying, it's not because of the automatic cars, it's because of the humans
And
who'd be stupid, who drive stupid, and then cut off an automatic car, and the car, depending on how good
the computer's
software
like
is.
the computer's like I can run 3,000 simulations in 1 second, but I still didn't think that human would be that dumb. And
Yeah.
it's like, yep, nope, that's what we are.
'Cause, I mean, because like human stupidity knows no bounds, and
Yeah.
a computer, how do you predict a stupid human? You don't,
Yeah,
because we're stupid. I mean, it's like it's
it's
sorry,
a
we're all
definition.
dumb.
It's
Do you
unpredictable.
think that eventually, when they become all the rage, that they'll eventually be mandated? Like the government will say, "Well, you have to have automatic cars."
Maybe,
I
but I don't think that's I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
yeah, that's
No, I don't.
that
I don't
future's
think it'll
far,
happen
but
anytime soon. But
I think it'll be maybe not. If it's like present day humans and government mandate something, it's gonna not work. But if it's so practical and feasible and like cheap and affordable and stuff like that, that people will just flock to it anyway. Like I think that's when it's gonna be.
That's a big maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know. Do I think they'll make it mandatory? Probably not. Because the thing is I mean,
or enlist it, like it'll be, if they ever do that, it'll be already at the point where everyone pretty much has it anyway.
Yeah.
So like the mandatory like day one where it's not mandatory and day two where it is wouldn't be that big of a jump for most humans. It'll be like that digital analog satellite flip over
well,
where
that
the
actually
government
screwed over a lot of people. Actually,
it did, but the world was like pretty much at the verge of being all digital anyway.
Yeah.
It was just a few like senior citizens.
A lot of stragglers, but
Few in the
you'd be
context of the
surprised.
population. Yes, I worked at a TV selling place at that point, and I got not millions, like calls every day about people like, my TV doesn't work. I'm like, oh, they just analog TVs don't work anymore. Sorry, you have to buy a new
digital converter box.
Yeah, digital converter box or a new antenna, or it was just bad.
and
But
they'd be like, "It's your fault.
yep.
And they get mad. You're like, what? I didn't change
It's
the
like,
law.
I
It's
can't
like
believe
you
you
did-
made this decision."
It's like you didn't buy the TV from us. You didn't. You just looked up TV in the phone book and started with a B, so you called us, and it was bad. Yeah, so I know it messed, like it screwed with a lot of people, but I think it was the government like weighed that cost benefit analysis, and they're just like the people that it's like the
Sure, you
things.
can get rid of a bunch of old technology.
well,
that way.
I mean, the reason I say that too is I'm sure there's going to be plenty of holdouts that's still going to be driving their, regular
Yeah.
cars.
It'll be like nowadays where like self-driving cars are kind of like the novelty. It'll be like manual cars will become the novelty. Like everyone will have a self-driving car, but they'll be like a field out in like
you get a
in like
special lane.
rural area. Oh yeah, or like certain roads where manual cars exist, or you can go out to like this one place and like drive a manual car, like how they did back in the your grandparents' days and things like that. It'll be like
when your kids are like, the cars were actually on the ground.
Like,
what is that?
You couldn't just tell your car where to go and it just take
you're
you
all
there?
flying around in your personal drones. Like, what's that moving on the ground there? It's going really fast.
Yeah, that's look at them. Look at those hipsters using the old technology.
Yeah,
Right.
cyber fedoras or
Yeah.
whatever.
Like holographic fedoras. That'll be the.
Like, oh, they're still wearing fedoras. Us old people are like, oh, those hipsters are still wearing their stupid fedoras.
I mean, because there's still plenty of cars that are like old cars that I'd really like to have, and I'd hate for me to be like 80 years old and be like, nope, can't drive that anymore.
Yeah, it'll.
Who knows?
I think
I
it'll.
want like a '65 Mustang, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
65 Mustang at that point probably won't exist.
Big,
anymore.
ancient.
The thing is with those cars, yeah, they look cool, but they like you lose a lot of like your luxuries. Like you like power steering and all that stuff all goes out the windows when you look at those classic cars. So I like a body of a classic car, but like
Like a
inside
muscle
just be
car,
like my
yeah.
2014 Sentra, like inside like that, like still be the
I
same
know,
thing.
you got to build it'd be my dream car is build the V8 Interceptor from from the old Mad Max movies,
Oh yeah,
and have the engine block stick out like 3 feet from the hood.
this is ridiculous Mad Max stuff. Yeah,
I can't see where I'm going anymore, but
I
this is
look,
awesome.
but I look
I
cool.
can't coming out of the
It's like,
engine.
I can't hear anything.
I look cool, but I'm driving uncontrollably blind.
Right. And again, I don't know how to drive stick, so
just you're just
just
grinding
burn the
every,
clutch on it every single time.
but you look cool. Like just if someone's just watching in a soundproof room behind a window, you look cool.
Sure.
But yeah, I think it's like we all were saying, it's gonna be a while before that's a thing. Right now, it's still kind of like a weird thing right now. Like the Google self-driving cars, it's just a cool thing to see, but other than that, I don't think it's going much.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean,
yeah.
it's
A technology I
It's coming.
do see coming before that, like VR.
yes.
Like there's a bunch of VR stuff. Oculus Rift.
well,
just
obviously, because I mean, yeah.
Oculus Rift just announced like their
It was on
Consumer
Wednesday.
edition price.
Yeah, they did the pre-orders for the Oculus Rift. $600.
$600,
So,
which was
sticker
kind of
shock for
double
a lot of
what you were thinking it was going to be.
Everybody, yeah,
unfortunately.
because initial things they were hoping to go for like $350, $400,
Mhm.
which if that were that price range, I would have
yeah,
bought on.
expensive but feasible, like a new console. Like consoles these days are around 300. So I was thinking if it was
It's-
about that,
What
I could see it.
essentially what they did was they put it at a high price point, essentially so that people who wouldn't have the types of computers that can't run it won't buy it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of
yeah. I think
dumbing it down a little bit.
It's
but
sort of
that's-
like avoiding all the backlash of people buying it. Like, I can't use it.
Yeah, I go, why can't I use this? It's like, well, your computer's not good enough. I'm like, well, my computer not good enough. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, well, because it takes a lot of technology to make this
yeah,
thing run.
because it was saying you need at least like it was like a $900 computer.
They're-
That's what they were
they're saying.
figuring.
Like, they're saying essentially the all-in to make VR work is about $1,500.
Mhm.
If you want it to work, you're gonna spend at least $1,500.
yeah, so $900 on the computer and $300 on their
about,
system.
and that's
Ish.
give or take. I mean, if you go literally just with the minimum specs, yeah, I think you can probably
Yeah.
get it for about $900.
So not what we were thinking, but I mean, makes sense, I guess.
But also it's-
unfortunate, but
because a lot of people
sad.
were complaining, but when you look at it though, you're like, you look at our TVs nowadays that cost $100. You're like, back in the day, that thing used to cost like tens of thousands of dollars.
yeah.
You know, when it first came out. So you're like, it's the same thing.
mhm, it's just the first generation of stuff it always costs it. Once they refine the technology or like get the features that don't really work out
Yeah.
on Series 2 and 3 or Generation 2 and 3, then it'll become cheaper and there'll be more competition probably those days, so they'll have to compete.
Well,
that way.
already Sony and HTC are the two main competitors.
Mhm.
Now everybody's kind of looking at them. It's like, all right, well,
Yeah,
'cause
let's see what else
Sony
is out there.
Sony can make a killing if they can somehow sell their headset for like $300, $400. If they do that, it's
Mhm.
gonna fly.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like, I want that one,
Mhm.
because it's one of those of the thing is you know, a lot more people have a PlayStation 4 than they do a computer that can run Oculus.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I mean, because it's one of those of Oculus right now is more for the enthusiast. So, like, really, I'm the target demographic. Like,
Mhm.
somebody who has like a super fancy computer that's like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, you know,
Mhm.
So it's one of those of could I buy an Oculus Rift? Sure. Do I want to spend $600 on it though? No.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I really don't want to. I'm like, for a thing that I don't really know enough about, like I don't know what software there's going to be, and then I look and I see that Sony and HTC are coming out with that, and I'm like, I kind of want to wait and see what they're going to do first, because HTC is looking pretty cool. I mean, like they added. Like a lot of people weren't too excited about it, but what they actually added was basically like you could see through the goggles while they're on.
Oh,
which is a nifty. I mean, you know, everybody's like, wait, that's their big technology breakthrough. I'm like, that's actually freaking awesome because now you're like, I don't ever have to take this thing off.
Yeah,
I can just walk around with this thing on, and I can still see where the hell I'm going.
Yeah, and it opens up the world for like augmented reality games.
Sure.
Like HoloLens sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which Microsoft was pretty quiet during CES, I think.
Yeah, I know they're still working on it. Like the first generation, or what they have now, isn't where they want it to go. I think they still are working on it. All those like concept videos and stuff that were all amazing. That's what they want to build towards. And I like the augmented reality thing. Like we've talked about it before, the purpose of it, maybe it's just novelty right now, but I could see me, if the price was right, getting it, like where I can have like a bare room and be able to make it how I want it. Yeah, like have like different widgets out there, whatever. I mean, it'd be cool, but it's again just meh.
And so the only thing I mentioned before that I'm even slightly interested in, just because of the price point, is the Samsung Gear VR.
Yeah,
which is more or less just a headset for your phone.
Yeah,
it's and that's, I mean, it's kind of step one of VR,
like on a more consumer level. You think?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah,
it's like a more accessible version.
Yeah, because I mean, it just uses technology in your phones, like the gyro. Well, is it a gyroscope or
gyroscopic something?
Gynometer?
Gyrometer?
I don't know. It's the thing like that where your phone senses that it's turned or where it is in a certain direction, like where it is in XYZ plane.
Oh yeah,
I think essentially all this is like a little ball or a motor or something that just kind of
so it
detects gravity, wears down.
Yeah, exactly, wears down. So that's all it uses. So like when you turn, it just senses
that you're turning with it.
Like it just uses that. Like the VR uses like head tracking and all, like much more precise stuff. So,
but I figure at $99 though, I can't really go wrong with that. I mean,
well, you can.
I already have. Well, yeah,
you're throwing away $100, but
I already have the phone. I mean, I got half of what I needed to make it work.
There's other, like I was saying, if I wanted to do something like that, I maybe go with like Google Cardboard, where I can buy like a thing for like less than $10, and it'll do the same thing. It won't be maybe as comfortable, but it will still.
Look like an idiot.
Yeah, I'm not going to wear it outside, but you'll still have all the same features of the VR, other than like the ease, the comfort levels and whatnot. But it'll still get me that same experience for cheaper.
Well, not at least equal with the Samsung one. Definitely not.
Oh no. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But those are like built to work with that phone, so it's at least you got that going for those. But it's still cool. Like that's what people who want to get into VR, that's like what they do first. Is like those kind of headsets that just work with your phone.
For me, I just still want to wait and see what the hell they're going to do with VR. Because, I mean, really, like the biggest things are going to be like your spaceship simulators and stuff like that. That's going to be amazing because when you're like, oh, I can look around outside.
Oh, what was that space? Gosh, there's two really big ones. One's out, I think, already. There's Star Citizen.
Yeah, that's the one that's
in
like,
development. What's the other one that just came out? I can't remember what it's called, though.
I'm trying to think, because there's some game that the Oculus is supposed to come bundled with. I think it's Eve, maybe?
Okay.
Eve
is another one of those space.
That's another
things.
big space one that'd probably be really cool with.
Oh, Danger something.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know the title of it.
Oh,
It came because Tested did when Tested showed their one of their VR videos, they used it with that. Like some space, you're in a spaceship and it's like a huge world, like a huge universe. Or I don't know, Danger Planet.
Danger Planet.
Dangerous space. I don't know.
Well, speaking of getting into VR,
Oh yeah. Well, we knew it was coming. Oh, Sorry.
Elite Dangerous is what it's called.
Elite
Dangerous.
Yeah, so those kind of video games would be pretty cool on that.
No, I mean that's
I
gonna
could
be the
I could
main
see
one.
first person shooters being kind of interesting to play around a little bit
See,
with
the issue though is you know
how it works. Like
that would the hard part with first person shooters though is what would you control the actual aiming reticle with? Because you really wouldn't want to do it with your neck, because then you're going to mess up your neck doing that, because constantly having. Because actually, when I think of it, though, you may actually have the most control over it.
Yeah, I mean, with like first-person shooters on a computer screen, it's clicking.
Yeah,
is the mouse is your aiming and also your direction on which you move forward or backward with.
Kind of. It depends on
the game or whatnot, but essentially. Oh well, I guess you use your that's true. The arrows and stuff.
So I mean, if you turn right and you push W, you'll go forward.
You'll walk that way forward.
So speaking of getting into VR,
yes,
we missed that. Just hold on. We're on a different thought. We skipped over your segue.
Adult film company Naughty America has announced content for virtual reality devices.
Yeah, and it's pretty much, of course, like that's like
we know
finally
we've
been waiting for this since I was 13 years old.
If there's ever a technology that has the possibility of being exploited for those types of uses, it's gonna happen. Like it's just a matter of time before those things seep into other technologies. But
seems like an appropriate word.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and like we were saying before, like porn industry is like the biggest, one of the bigger.
Disney are like the two, like they're the kind of deciding factors on if a new medium is going to survive.
Exactly.
When you think of it, I mean that's why Blu-ray won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and VHS, every
and Disney decided to go with them.
Yeah, every technology.
Well, VHS was a mixture of also it was just cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
That was also the biggest thing, was it was significantly cheaper than Beta.
Yeah.
And
because
quality
was because the home video market, it was Disney decided to go VHS
and
Well, I mean, do you
Beta
guys
was definitely way superior? But.
do you guys think this is going to cut into like hookers' profits down the line?
Hopefully the illegal act of prostitution will go away because it's illegal
because of virtual reality.
I don't think so. Just going off of the sheer, I can't believe I'm going to discuss financials of hookers. I would think buying a hooker would be significantly cheaper
you
than
are
a
the
computer
expert
that can go VR.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think it's going to.
Well, eventually it'll pay for itself.
Well,
but it's like it's like again, it's like you just made us go into a really weird thing. Hookers can do stuff that virtual reality can't do. There, we'll just leave it at that. So probably not.
I mean,
I'm just imagining some kind of like hooker union or something saying that VR is killing their industry.
Yeah, right after they make a speech, they're like, "All right, now you're all arrested.
All right.
Thanks for outing, for turning yourself in." But no,
satire.
I think VR,
Satire.
I think virtual reality would have to get way more advanced before that industry will ever falter. Unfortunately, like it's got to be like Matrix style, where you don't know you're not in a virtual world.
That's kind of a little frightening, though.
I think it would be awesome to live in a virtual world of my own creation.
Great, but then
it wouldn't be of your own. If you're in someone else's virtual reality, world.
If they make like there'll be some company that makes like a world maker where it's just a series of sliders and clicks and boxes. Yeah, exactly. I would just live in a Minecraft world.
It'd be a nightmare. All pixelated.
Like, no, there's a creeper. That creeper just blows you up instantly. Like, damn it.
And if you die in the game, you die in real life. Surrogates.
Oh, that would suck. I would not want to play Minecraft. You're like, peaceful mode.
Yeah, peaceful mode. Or you just like build yourself like a 40-layer house and you just live in that one house.
The newest GTA is just like the highest mortality rate.
Seriously,
like no one lives.
That first person, it'd be like the first person died, but it's like, oh shit, you can actually die from this. You're like, screw that.
Yeah, like they do that, but they don't change anything. But so GTA just becomes the most peaceful game ever because no one actually really wants to die. Like they stop at stoplights and stuff. But yeah, I would like to build my own digital world. I think that'd be I said, it's just
You do
the
whatever you
technology's
want.
got to go crazily far than it's even close to right now. We're not even like scratching the surface of what we need to get to.
Well, actually,
Maybe we're scratching the surface.
we're kind of we're getting to the point to where we're upping the amount of immersion with technology.
Yeah.
So it's one of those of we're at least at like step like 1 out of like 400. So
Well,
we still have a
yeah.
long
Well,
way.
I mean, if you go crazily primitive, like a mouse is like would be step 1, like immersion into technology, like that's step 1. We're probably like at step 5.
Well, maybe.
Speaking
I
of
guess.
like
immersion.
even like lower, like just having a mouse to control a digital desktop is like would be step 1, and then like VR, like you're actually being able to look around and see certain things.
Well,
That's like step 5
so I
or
think
something.
it's more kind of the idea
But
of
Matrix is like step.
Well, because the issue is
400.
with controlling it with like a mouse or a controller, though, you know you're controlling it with a mouse or controller.
Mhm.
I'm talking about where you're starting to control, like literally, like you pick your hand, and then like you can go into a virtual reality world and you could feel it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about more about
As-
immersing. Because
yeah.
like with a keyboard and mouse,
Mhm.
you get immersed in a story, but actual gameplay and stuff like that. Because you know
Yeah, it's not.
because when you
There's still that
because it's one of those of
that screen that's still there.
'Cause
It's
well,
about
not
disappearing the screen.
not even the screen really, but still, it's one of those of like go try to grab a gun. It's like crap. Where's my mouse? I can't click. You know,
Mhm.
that's not how a gun
Yeah.
operates. So
Well, I mean that kind of technology, like tactile feeling, that's getting there too. That's those things exist. There's like gloves you can wear that'll imitate pressure. So I mean, it's slowly like getting there.
so guess what's gonna
I
be
think,
nifty?
but the biggest thing is like brain implants. That's where it's
Because really,
really gonna go.
once we get the virtual reality technology and like we get like the maybe like feedback suits and stuff like that, what's going to be really cool is like you can do all sorts of like like police could train and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You can just get a big giant empty room, stick a VR headset on them,
Holodeck.
and then you
That's-
just have like if they get shot in the leg, all of a sudden their leg just tightens up.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
at least that's close enough. You know, I
Mhm.
mean it's you know all of a sudden they're like crap.
Yeah. Well, then they actually get
That
that
will make-
sensation.
that will make freeze tag a lot more fun.
Yeah.
And also you buy
Well,
just freezes.
what is
like,
that? What
goddamn.
was that game? What was that movie and book series? Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Where they had that like they're in like that big zero gravity thing, but if they get shot, their arm would freeze if they got shot in the arm. So it's that'd be.
Yeah, it sucked though. That's when you're in zero gravity. Though. You're just like, damn it.
you're like heading like straight forward the wall, and you're like,
oh
God dang
shit,
it, I
yeah,
can't.
Your face,
I can't.
face first. You're like, oh damn it.
Just slowly just crash into it.
The adult industry would take hold of that pretty quickly as well.
Oh, of course.
No, yeah, like we said, it's everything. if there's something new, and it can be exploited.
Because
yeah.
technically they've already done that kind of stuff, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, so it's
Well, it's not like we can afford any of this stuff right now anyway.
But
Well,
what we
VR
could
stuff?
do if we could afford it, if we won the lottery, because I think that's where you were probably going,
Yes,
right?
that's
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, so like Powerball fever. That's like it's countrywide, right? Powerball's
I
countrywide.
believe so, yes.
Yeah.
So like it's up.
1.3 million.
Yeah, no one won the 9 million
It's
one
billion
or
now.
900.
Or billion.
I was gonna say 1.3 million.
Like,
I'm like, that's
I wouldn't get out of bed for one.
Yeah, that's a lot.
but-
a lot
but
of,
yeah.
my couch.
Yeah. But yeah, no one won the 900 million. So now it's, I think they didn't say
Nothing
No,
yet.
no one's won.
They-
No,
'cause-
nobody's confirmed yet. So
because
rather-
they can do it with the computers, right? The computer knows every number that
Technically.
was ever sold, so it knows if somebody won, like immediately. But just no one's. They have 3
It
months or
depends
180
on
days.
depends on where they live, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Because like Texas, we have it where it's like you're
Mhm.
like you have like. The,
Well, I mean, but the lottery people would
oh,
know.
I think so.
Yeah, they would like
They can at least detect
if it's Texas, they give them the name and
They
the home
can
in the
detect
city.
if they've sold a winning ticket. Can
Yeah.
they detect who won?
No.
No, that's
it
what I'm
depends.
saying.
If they
But-
used a credit card, yes, technically you
Mhm.
can. But
yeah. So
Yeah.
no
Well,
one. So
1.3
billion
billion
dollars. So
billion.
that
That's
always
significant.
brings
That's
up the
3
discussion.
whole zeros added on the end.
Yeah, what would you do? Because I would think I'd be one of the people that could make it. Like you always hear like the curse of the lottery, just like people it ruins them.
Oh,
I think I could survive it.
Oh, I
but
would-
everyone says that, but I think I could. I'm not much of a
I would try to find a way to stick most of it in a saving, like some sort of an account, and then just live off the interest. That
Yeah.
right there is my big plan.
Yeah,
if I
because
ever
the
won that
interest
much
would be
money.
more than like we're making now.
Yeah, it would be a significant amount. And then,
Yeah,
like,
so I mean, if I could survive on this, I can definitely survive
Yeah,
on.
I think the cash payout is like 800 million.
that's
or
still
something.
you're like, but
Which
you
is-
know, when you think of it, you just put like 750 million in
Yeah.
an
Just a
account.
dis-
Even if
disgusting
it's like
amount of money.
1% a month or like whatever it is, that's
That's
still
a shit ton of money.
that's a lot of money.
That's several hundred.
That's like
thousand.
more than
Yeah.
you'd need to survive a month.
You're like, I'm making more of a doctor than I'm just
Well,
sitting here with
especially like imagine
millions
if
of
you just live the same way you do now, like on the same like you have $800 million in your bank and you just take out
and you're
$1,200
in a $400 apartment.
like every month you just take out about $1,200.
Yeah. You'd never run out of money because the interest making
just
on
like
the
the
money on the
struggle-
account is more than your.
It's like the struggle is real, man. No, it's not.
I live paycheck to paycheck. Well, you don't have to. You have multiple paychecks in your account at all times.
See, but I definitely know. I mean, like for me, it's one of those. I would definitely save majority of it and try to just live off the interest.
Yeah.
Because you could do more.
Like
with
like
it
you
that way.
said, like I would definitely spend a bunch right away. Not a
Oh.
bunch in the percentage of how much I have.
Yeah.
But I'd spend a considerable amount immediately
Oh,
just
I
to
would
get where I want to be, and then I'd live off the interest.
Oh, I would definitely be like $5 million. Let's see how quickly I could spend $5 million.
Just get everything I could ever dream of.
Every amiibo ever made.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. I'd be like, all right. I'm like, okay. I'm like, is that for $40? All right, done. Okay,
I
I'll buy it.
I want a custom amiibo of myself.
Like I think it'd be
That
still
works with
super
all the games.
stingy. It's like it's still like $20 for that.
Like, oh, I don't want to pay $40 for it.
Yeah, it
This
would
pair of
defi-
shoes cost $39.99.
I would buy a
paying
house. I would fill it with amazing stuff, get crazy security, and then save the rest of it and just live off that. I'd get bored, but then I'd have enough money to do financially weird stuff like make a movie, like whatever it
Yeah.
costs, I can pay for it.
On Super 8, you can afford to get it developed.
Yeah, no, it would be like super like 8,000, not 8,000K, but like 8K. I could do it because you could do it. Like if you had that much money, you could. Because the movies, what does a movie cost these days? Like crazy,
It depends on
crazy movie. Like it still would be like
billion. I mean, I have like millions,
what-
millions. Of
yeah, I would
dollars,
say like
but
100 million or something like that
something
is like
stupid.
a really high budget movie. Like, and that would be like nothing for you. Well, I mean, it would be something for you, of course, but if you
No,
have $1
that's
billion,
That's a tenth. You know.
but
Or
still,
no, is it a
if-
tenth or is it 1,000? Let me see. Because I guess a billion's what 1,000. Oh, it's 1,000 million. So that's still a
it's
significant
not
amount.
it's not yeah, but it's not something that you could lose and be scared to be out of money. Like you'd still have that.
well, but see,
I could do
the
that.
issue though is when you gotta think of it though. You just spent $100 million on something you didn't need at all.
Yeah,
think of it.
but
it's one of those. It's not
like
necessarily the.
Your dream.
it's at
What would you put a cost on your dream fish? Like if it's my dream to make a movie.
I spent all $800 million on making a movie. I'm broke.
Flop. Yeah.
but I
lived my
I
dream.
lived my dream.
And now I'm
went
living
for
on
it.
the ground outside of my old house.
Now I'm back to where I was, but still, I mean, you made something, and at least you'll have your own Wikipedia page.
Yo.
Someone who wasted
Yeah,
their fortune,
You'll be on those top 10 videos of like most people who threw away their money.
and they like reference this podcast and be like, "This is the conversation he had about it," and they didn't stop him. They didn't. They could have stopped
Yeah.
the ruin.
What are
of
we
the
gonna,
trend.
yeah, you're like, what are we gonna stop? It's like, all right, GB, give us all your money so you don't spend it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious for the three of us would probably quit our jobs almost immediately.
See, it's one of I would still finish school.
I would do something.
I would go full-time student.
Mm-hmm.
Probably if I didn't have to. Yeah, I'd be like, okay, now I can go full-time student, just finish my degree.
Yeah.
And then just figure out what
I
I
think
do from there.
I'd send my get myself do the same thing. Like get myself out of debt, send my parents, my siblings some money.
Oh yeah, be like,
Get
hey,
themselves out of debt and give them a little cushion.
Mhm.
But then I'd disappear.
yeah.
I'd go away for a little while.
I would.
I'd get a hammer and break my phone in half and just
Go buy an
just
island.
go away.
Mhm.
Or go buy a city. It's like I
Yeah.
bought New Jersey,
I bought Detroit.
You probably get it for cheap these days.
$20. Like, all right, deal.
They're like, sucker.
Like, all right, everybody out. Detroit is mine.
It is now
They're like, what? You're like, get out.
Just sitting there on a loudspeaker. Attention, citizens of Detroit, get out.
They're like, what?
This is my city. I literally just bought it.
They're like, do not make me practice my Second Amendment right. It's like-
I am sitting on a turret.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I would like to win that much money, like anybody.
I think I'd do the typical tourist thing. Go to some older, go to Rome, see a lot of stuff, and
Yeah, I guess
travel or hop around, globe trot a bit.
I mean,
and wearing
because
an American
I would
cape
definitely,
everywhere and stuff like that. But fuck yeah,
I would
Just
definitely
pronounce
not.
yourself as the richest person alive.
I wouldn't want to work, so I would definitely get bored because
oh, I'd still work.
I
Maybe.
wouldn't do
I'd-
what I'm doing. I would do what I want to do.
Yeah,
Like I would.
make your own company.
Yeah, like I said,
Just
could
be
just-
like,
a
you
film
could
production company.
Yeah,
you
big
could
of-
just buy
big
your
of
way
com-
into any industry you want.
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
I'll just make a company for making YouTube videos. Be like, all right, done. Let's
Yeah.
have fun. All right.
and then
Still
like
learn code and then just-
contract people that make the videos you like and finance them to keep making their videos.
That's like, all right, you come over here and make it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You see, you said you'd throw away, be willing to throw away $100 million on a film. You see, I think I'd be willing to throw away maybe $100,000 on trying to run a bar.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
I mean,
just
if
saying.
it flops, I'm just like,
I mean,
$100,000.
100 grand. I don't know what movies cost these days. I'm just saying
Well,
that's
it's
probably like the high mark. That's probably like an Avatar or like a,
technically, you could probably make a movie for under $10,000.
Yeah, people- yeah,
it's one of
people-
those, so you're like,
yeah.
technically,
people make movies on iPhones. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I'd hire,
I'm just saying like that would be
hire 10 dads.
if I did have $1 billion, I could gamble.
See, but if you had
That
that
much.
kind of money, though, you're just like, do we need a gym arm? No. Well, I want a gym arm.
Yeah.
Like, why? What are we gonna do with that? I don't know. I just want a freaking gym arm.
Yeah.
Let's just go
There's
buy
this
one.
one shot that might use it, so let's use it then.
And then you use it, and then it gets cut out of the final part. You're like, well, that gym arm was still fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, I still have a jib arm.
like-
I don't even put a camera on it. I just have it just to play
Just
around
to
with.
play around
sometimes.
with it. Just because it's like, I always wanted to mess with one.
I
and they
want
wouldn't
I
let
want
me mess
my
with
butler to serve me drinks on it, just from the other side of the
I'd
room.
hire Ted Danson to be my bartender.
Just hire all the
I'm not even-
the Cheers actors.
I don't even know how to
Nobody
make
here.
drinks. Like,
Yeah.
shut up.
Do it anyway.
Shut
See
up,
that
Sam.
bottle? Just pour it all
Now-
in that glass.
was it Diane?
Sam and Diane.
Diane, say something witty and sharp. What?
They're all a bunch of
I need a. This is those. You know that was all scripted. Shut up.
Do it anyway.
Where's
I'll
Coach
pay
at? He's dead.
Wait, I need a.
Well,
You
somebody
make
go
like
revive him.
animatronic,
It's like, yeah, buddy.
like a highly advanced animatronic to replace all the dead people. Yeah, I mean you're rich. Why not? I mean, of course.
No, it'd just be cheaper to just dig up that guy's grave and just hire like a puppeteer.
Oh, that would
and
no.
dance him around.
I mean, maybe cheaper, but morally and ethically.
Hey, when
be
you
But at that
expensive.
point where you're like, I've got money. Who cares?
It's like, when you're that rich, your morals just go right out the window.
I don't know. I hope not. I guess we'll see if the lottery wants or if people want to just give me money to test out that theory. I try it. Want to test?
How
if-
morally depraved will I become?
That would be. I wonder if there's been a Kickstarter like that. It's like, will money change me? Donate to find out. Like, I wonder if someone would do it. If it got viral, I bet people would do it. I might just
I know
start
what
it.
I'm gonna do when I get home.
Nope.
I was
I'm
gonna say, yeah. Let's
because you always hear those like dumb
we should try all
Kickstarters.
three of us make one. See who makes the most money.
Like, I don't know. That would be kind of interesting. I could see people online doing it, like throwing it, because that's what the Kickstarters that go crazy viral and get crazy amounts of money. That's what, like, it's that novelty factor. It's just like, I'll throw a couple bucks in it. Why not?
Yeah,
Like,
but then that reaches thousands of people, and the next thing you know,
and it just snowballs like the viral. It becomes viral. People sharing it.
well,
and
since
stuff.
there's three of us, it's gonna go. We'd each could have possibly three different outcomes. Like one of us becomes like a philanthropist.
well, it's
Another one just becomes like a terrible human being, and one person just doesn't change at all.
Or none of us get any money.
Yeah,
from it.
it's-
which is
or
the
this
most
fails.
more likely thing.
because if anything, it would be one of us. It would work. It like ideal world, one would work. Ideal world, all three would work. But real world, one would work. The other two would just be deemed copiers.
I was like, that's the issue.
'Cause
It's whoever can advertise it the best would be the
Yeah,
winner.
it's the people that like that one guy that's like donate to me so I can make some potato salad.
Yeah.
And his got viral, and I bet like once his got viral, there was thousands of people saying, "Oh, let me make a egg salad" or something like that. It's just a bunch of copiers that went nowhere. So it's just that. It's the one would work. Number 2 and 3 or 4 or 100 would fail.
And just be, will money change me?
As I inch over to the keyboard.
Give me
No.
give me lots of money and see if it changes how I am
Yeah,
as a
see,
person.
I'm just do social experiment ... Would money change me? And it's like, just donate, and people will just donate to it.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
I'm kind of interested. I want to see if that would work.
I would try it. I will make it. I will do a Kickstarter for that.
Jimmy, I'll take the bullet on this one.
No, I'll take the bullet on it. I
I
came
will
up with the
sacrifice
idea.
myself.
I
for
will
this.
take the bullet and shoot you guys for the idea. No. I'll take 2 bullets, and you guys won't exist
You
anymore.
kill 2 friends and for a Kickstarter that fails.
So
I'm
already,
dang it.
it's like already, you're like, no, the money's already changed me, and I didn't get anybody after all.
Anticipation of money.
Yeah, just
So yes, it does, even
It's
though I
like-
didn't already have money in the first place.
that's funny. I think because you always hear those Kickstarters and you're like, I need an idea. That's a pretty interesting idea.
Give me $1
people
for an
would do
idea. No.
It's just dumb enough to maybe work.
It's like, money gives me ideas. Don't donate to me. I need an idea for a Kickstarter to give me money so I can research and develop an idea for
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
for Kickstarter. That's a good one too.
I need R&D for another Kickstarter.
Yeah,
Like what?
I could see it happening.
Need
I
money
might
for
just
art.
you might just see that as a thing.
Need money for an R&D. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
For R&D of
For R&D.
Kickstarter. For Kickstarter. We can't think of Kickstarter. as
What are you
somebody-
researching, developing? We haven't gotten there yet.
Like the thing with Kickstarter, you also have to have rewards for people. Like, I don't know what those would be.
Just send them just tear out a piece of notebook paper with your signature on it
I was
and send it
a
to
rich person's signature.
I will give you
own
a
rich person's
cyber high
signature.
five.
Yeah, exactly. They have I will thank you
Like
online.
if I make $100 million, I will go to every donator's house and give them a high five.
Oh man,
That'll take a while.
and they'll waste all my money as well.
Where are you located? A cave in Syria?
No,
Sorry, you're out of luck.
You'll get a
I'll send you your money back.
You'll get 2 cyber high fives.
yeah.
You get 2 cyber high fives are as good as 1 real life high five.
Yes.
Um,
Sorry, I'm not gonna. It's like no.
Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna make that Kickstarter, you guys. I'm doing it.
Nope.
Anything else?
I already
Let's
did it from my
see.
phone.
No, you didn't. I was here the whole
See,
time.
it's one of those we have documented proof. It's like nope, yours third of it.
Now we're gonna.
I came up with the
Now
idea.
it's going
What
to
are
be
you
a
talking
race to see who makes their Kickstarter first.
about? I have access to the podcast Twitter, so that's 100 people, or whatever. Let's see what else.
I have access to it as well.
Golden. Do you know the password?
I might.
Maybe. But Golden Globes are tonight.
Eh.
A lot of the movies I have not seen because there's only a few that interest me. Like they're all just.
But you're the movie buff. No.
But it's just certain movies. Like I'm not much of a drama person. It's all bunch of drama stuff. I'm just like, I don't want to really. I don't care about most of these. So like the ones I did watch, I hope they win. Like The Martian and Mad Max and Quentin Tarantino stuff. Those I would want to win, but they usually don't. Like sci-fi never wins anything, unfortunately.
Star Wars might.
I don't know if Star Wars is in the running for anything.
Really?
Golden Globes. I think it was too late or something.
Oh.
Like
Well, I guess you're right. It was.
It,
right
it
at
would
the end of
be
the
like
year, wasn't
Oscar wise. It'd probably be the Oscar nominations haven't come out yet, but I'm sure it's won People's Choice and like all those.
Oh, yeah.
it? Oh, it's gonna get a million other. Well, I mean,
critics,
it's like it's made the most money.
Yeah,
Right now, so
it just recently or within the last week beat out Avatar, so it is the #1 movie ever. So yeah.
Well, as far as money is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the decider. That's the people voted. That's people vote with their dollars.
see, it's like you need some sort of number, and money is probably the easiest thing
yeah.
we can calculate.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
see,
there's-
if I win Powerball, the next Star Wars that comes out, I'm going to buy every single ticket in every single theater in America, so I'll be the only one that sees it on day 1. And just,
Yeah, but that's nothing.
just screw everybody else over.
Everybody says like, "What the hell? Then why is it all
Yeah.
say the
Yeah,
same
this
thing?"
guy-
Yeah, then they'll just be like, all right, well, the new opening day is the day after, and
Yeah, but
it's just
but
like
then
you,
after I get out, I'll be like, I'll be
Spoilers.
doing a live Twitter feed of spoilers.
Oh, like you buy out the entire theater, so no one can rat on you that you're using technology.
Yep.
All right,
Brilliant.
So that's what happened if you give him money. And so there's no
So
need to
he'll-
donate it on his Kickstarter,
So he'll buy all the tickets in the United States.
and then spoil Star Wars Episode 8.
See, but if you do that, what happens if it has an international release?
Yeah.
Then you're really screwed.
See.
I'll buy all the international tickets.
What
would-
if it's China?
Like how many, like average? What's a theater size? Like 100 seats?
That's a that's a good,
maybe
at least a
average.
good, that's a good easy.
Yeah, 100 seats per theater, and let's say a theater has 10 screens on average. There's some that have more, and some definitely have less. So that's a thousand tickets, but then that's also per showing. So let's say 10 showings a day. That's still low, probably.
That's every bit of $1 million, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's already 10,000 just in one theater one day.
No.
And there's, on average, let's just say easily, it's a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, you-
Like,
It's also crazy publicity, though. This is like million.
I wonder if you could if you can contact J.J. Abrams or whoever is the director or whoever is whatever, or contact Disney and just say, how much would it cost for me to get a early screening of a movie? Like what?
If you had that much money, they'd
like what-
probably talk to you. But
Like what dollar amount? What do I have to write on this check to get me an early screening of that movie? Like what would they say?
I bet they'd probably give a pretty hefty price.
Yeah. Oh well, no.
They'd give you a number and make you sign a very long
Oh, yeah,
non-disclosure. agreement.
definitely. They wouldn't want you to talk about it and stuff, but you'll be like, fine, I'll sign whatever you want, but just how much? Like,
What's this say here?
would it
about
be
my-
over $1 million? You think, or $1 million? Do you think $1 million would do it? Like, or like 100,000?
What's this say about my firstborn child? Never mind.
Worth it.
Here you go.
Oh man, I don't know. I would love to have a lot of money, just because it means never wanting for anything. Like just anything you want, you can always have.
See, he's greedy. Don't give him money.
Yeah, but I would do humanitarian stuff.
He has
man.
blackness in his heart.
I would change for the better.
Like I will buy all that fancy stuff so other people won't be tempted.
Like
to buy it.
the thing is with me, I'm also very limited in my wants. Like I
That for me, I would really
like,
quickly.
my wants would be fulfilled easily and
So be
quickly.
like, I bought every game on Steam and PlayStation. I bought every video game that exists. Now
Yeah.
what? And I still have like $800 billion.
Like, you
left.
just go through like alphabetical order, like Atari.
And it's like I bought every single piece of video game
Yeah.
equipment that exists.
I would like. Well,
No.
like my dream was like to have all the consoles and have like the top 10 games for each console at least, or like if there's a game that I just liked from that console, I'd get that of course as well. But like and have them all hooked up to one system and stuff. That would be cool. It wouldn't take that much. I mean, you can buy vintage consoles for not unless they're like mint in box and stuff for not that much on Amazon. So
Yeah.
I've already got like
It's
3.
really, you look at out of all the things we've talked about, that actually may be one of the cheapest endeavors.
Mhm.
If you want to go a crazy grand scale thing, yes, buying every single video game in existence would probably be one of the cheapest endeavors that you can do.
Someone comes in and is just like, I want a pack of gum. So if I won the lottery, I'd buy a pack of gum. That's all I want.
Nah, I'd just be happy with.
Would you
just
do with the
enough.
rest of my? I'd stick it in a shoebox under my bed.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be a big ass
Doesn't matter.
shoebox. It's a
As long
giant
as
shoebox.
as long as I got that gum. Big
I-
red, it's really good.
Yeah,
Big red gum.
I'd just be happy to get out of my car and student
Yeah,
loans.
just pay off-
and I'd be
Pay-
I'd be happy with just that amount.
Yeah, pay off anything I owe. Pay off anything my family owes, my
Honestly-
immediate family, and then be done with it.
I want to be that one jerk who's just like, you know what? I want all my money in cash in dollar bills.
Yeah.
Get like
It was just like just boxes and boxes
Just,
of dollars.
just buy a house with a full size like Olympic pool.
Yeah.
Just start swimming in it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the Scrooge McDuck thing. Like if you actually had a pool with gold on it and you tried diving in it,
Oh,
you would crack
die.
your neck
Yeah.
and be dead instantly.
Because you're like, yes, you're like, coins do not
Unless
flow
it's
like
liquid
water.
gold,
Well, you wouldn't crack your neck, but you'd still
you'd still die.
die of.
I don't think you would die. You could totally use it'd be the same as like foam padding. It wouldn't be as protective as like the big giant foam blocks and stuff like that. But yeah, you could totally. Now, if you jump from a stupidly high height,
he was saying liquid gold, like melted.
Oh, liquid gold.
What'd you? Oh,
I was thinking dollar bills.
Okay, dollar bills.
Like
you
super packed dollar bills.
Like you can use dollar bills as padding, sure.
Yeah, no,
especially if you have $1 billion bills. Yeah, you could totally put that in a
Oh,
pool.
yeah.
Now, if you jump from like 20 feet,
Yeah,
or,
I mean it's
in the air.
I mean it wouldn't
do that.
like compress like water, like move out of the way with water, but it could be. It could be.
It's a
You can
local man
technically wade through it and stuff, but
The local
It'd be
man
awesome.
drowns.
Drowns
in his pool of dollar bills.
yeah, the only way
Well,
like
he
if someone's
didn't
like
drown, he'd
stuffing
more or
dollar
less,
bills,
yeah, like he more or less just suffocated. He got lost. He couldn't get out.
Yeah, that'd be a bad way to go, I guess. Well,
Why did they build a 10 feet? 10 feet deep pool of money.
Yeah.
He just forgot to get a ladder installed on the pool.
yeah,
So you're sitting
just
at the
in there
bottom, you just
forever.
look it up,
You're
you're
like
like, "Damn
throwing money out, like, oh, go buy me a ladder.
That's when they're just pocketing
I'm so
it. And they're like,
tired.
yeah, you're stuck in that pool. Yeah. Just get a vacuum cleaner and suck it all out.
Sustenance. Oh, what a way to go.
Died in a pool of dollar bills. Of starvation. You're like, damn it.
Yeah, so I don't know. So that's happening. I'm gonna buy some tickets for the new one. The
Yeah.
next one, when is it? Is it in a few
Wednesday.
days? Wednesday. So this is released on Monday. So we'll see. Maybe the next podcast after that, you'll know that I'm.
That's when
I'm,
all of a sudden
I'm
If
we have,
I'm not
like-
here next weekend, it means I've won.
So you're
Would
like,
you still
next
do the
weekend,
podcast?
if all of a sudden we have a kick-ass soundboard and like HC audio and like we have like our website is just like super awesome, that means we won the.
Some
means-
like
yeah.
crazy like radio, like have a bunch of like weird sounds on it.
Yeah.
We bought this 800 button soundboard. We
Was
have.
it too? Hell if I know, but it looks cool.
Let's just let's just push
Let's
this
find
button.
Oh, that was a fart. Yeah.
Like half these buttons are fart noises.
So it's
Yeah, but that's worth it.
Oh, that'd be great. Like, how much did it cost? $800,000. Does it do anything cool? No, not really. But
Yeah, but we have it.
Yeah.
Does any other podcast have it? No.
We're the only one.
We're the only one. They built
Several
it.
high-end radio stations have it.
They built it custom for us. But yeah, so you'll see about that. Anything else? We've gone about an hour. Anything else to talk about? What's going on this week?
Not much.
Nah, can't think of anything. Like I
No.
said, Golden Globes. So hopefully the ones I want to win. And if the ones I don't want to win lose, hopefully that's the case.
Well, that's
be on the lookout for that Kickstarter that I'm going to start.
No.
And put some
My
money in it.
Kickstarter.
Put some money in it, just to see.
See, and then also a Kickstarter that says, "Don't give him money, give me money."
You'll be a scientist if you donate to me, and you can put that on a business card.
That'd be like
This
you'll be a
is
better
scientist.
scientist.
Yeah, it's for science. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. And that's about it. Wish us luck on the lottery.
Yes.
We wish you bad luck on your
Yes.
lottery.
I wish you good luck. That means good karma for me.
That means I'm more likely to win. you only wish people good luck for the selfish reason to give you good karma.
For the good karma. I only do nice things, so nice things will happen to me.
Oh wow, terrible person. All right, you're a terrible person doing good stuff. All right, but that's about it. We'll see you next week for episode 100. So what a good way to celebrate the 100th episode by giving us a lot of money and
Yes.
having us win the lottery. What if I win the lottery and then I get also the same amount of money in the lottery from the Kickstarter?
I don't know. You owe me 10% if you win the lottery.
Oh yeah, I have that deal with a lot of people.
You gotta
And
be careful, 'cause
hopefully
eventually you're just gonna run out of money.
Because I have been playing, because I usually don't play, and I have that deal to win 10%, but I am playing now, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me.
That guy gave all of it away.
I have to pay some assassins to get rid of those people, but I have the money for it. So all right.
And he's like, "Oh, I can pay my bail." So
Yeah.
like, all right. You get to the judge. You're like, "Don't even bother, man. I'm just gonna pay the bail."
Yeah,
So
you
it's
just
like,
pull-
why
you just-
are we even here? Just
you
how
pull-
much money do you want?
You pull
like,
out
$1
one of those.
million? All right, there you
You
go.
pull out one of those like business checkbooks. You're like, all right, how much is this one going to cost me? I killed 2 people, so let's just put it on the same check and make it easier.
Just put it in the note section. Assassination.
John Smith and Carl Smith, they were brothers. I met them one time and offered them 10% of my lottery, but
Just offhand.
yeah, because they were buying a lottery ticket, and I was like, hey, if you win 10%, and if I win 10% to you, and they're like, all right, and then I never buy a ticket. Okay, but that's about it. Again, we will see you next week.
Maybe.
You'll hear us.
We hope.
If we stalk you, if we start stalking you, you'll see
Then
us.
you'll hear
next
us earlier than that.
week. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.